And then the showcase happened last week, which was crazy. Everybody's in Argentina, and then we came, my parents and I. I lived in Miami for like 10 years. He sang Part of Your World from Little Mermaid.
Hold up, can you hit us with a little bit of it? I want to be where the people are.
Because I was just so shy. Growing up, I was very shy, especially like during that time when I moved. We don't really have a lot of shows that usually showcase like the Hispanic community, so that was my main reason. But also just like in terms of everything that's going on in the world right now, I think this is the perfect time to do West Side Story.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Jordan Whitrock Show. I'm your host, Jordan Whitrock, and today we have a very special guest, someone who I've got the opportunity to work with, act in her show that's going on and going up in the next week at SCAD. So I'd love to have this opportunity to kind of just learn about her process as a director and actress, as well as, you know, what led her to SCAD. So without further ado, let's welcome to the show, Agustina Coretti.
Hey! Thanks for having me. What's up?
All right, and before I forget, we have David.
Yes,
Also,
we do.
Okay, also, I just found out that Jordan is not a Spanish word.
It's really not. I don't know where you got that
Bro,
from.
that's crazy. My Spanish teacher literally told me that my name is Jordan.
Literally lied to you.
That's why everyone's been laughing at me.
That's not a thing.
That's crazy. That's
not a
crazy.
thing.
Like, my life's been shattered almost a little bit.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you're here at SCAD, and we got to talk. I got to talk to you a little bit about, you know, not only your journey here to SCAD, but also a little bit about like your parents and your family. And so I'm curious. I think like that's the one unique thing about SCAD is that we get so many different people from different parts of the world and the country. Yeah. And so I would love to like hear a little bit about your family history and like how was it getting here to the United States in that way?
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm from Argentina, so I moved here when I was 12.
Okay.
My whole family's from Argentina. They're all still there, except for my parents.
Yep.
I have family in Italy and then some from France, but that's like, you know, like
Okay,
back.
yeah.
But yeah, everybody's in Argentina, and then we came, my parents and I. I lived in Miami for like 10 years, and then I came here. And it was a whole thing, yeah, like getting in a new country, like didn't speak English, didn't know anybody. It was a whole thing. But it was nice because Miami, you know, it's like the closest thing to like a Hispanic town. So it was like, it was nice.
So then were you born in America or no?
No. I was born in Argentina.
Oh,
Yeah.
so when did you move over? Like how old were you then?
I was 12.
Got you. So that is a shock. Did you know English at all coming here? Like was that part of curriculum? Or
Yeah, like I took like English classes in school and I did like extracurricular, but like it wasn't like, you know, fluent by any means.
Got you. That always like I have a funny story of me being like in second grade and I got put into like the need English help kind of thing, but it was just me and all the Hispanic students because it was their second language. And so like that's just like to me is the funny thing. It's like when someone ever is like, yeah, like I knew this language, but like coming to America, like had to learn English. Yeah. And I'm like, that's so impressive to like have a second language that you're like, because I struggle with the first one.
No.
Got you. Okay, so was that something growing up in Argentina that you were like, I like acting, or was that something that America opened doors to?
It was mostly when I got here. I always loved it, but there's not a lot of like theater schools I mean, I did dance growing up a lot, but it was still more like a hobby. I never like considered it as a career until I got here. And then the second I got here, I signed up for like a theater summer camp. Okay. And then I never stopped ever since.
Interesting.
And I really got into directing like way later, like when I got to SCAD.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like it's always been like, you know, my passion, and I never like saw myself doing anything else.
Because like I've seen stuff or work that you've done in the past where it's like it's more vocal singing, not necessarily just acting. Yeah. Were you someone that always loved singing growing up kind of thing?
Yeah, I didn't take my first singing lesson though until I was 16, I think, which is pretty late for most people that do musical theater.
I've never really had lessons.
I mean, that's fine though. Like, yeah, but I feel
cooked.
like no, you still have time. But yeah, no, I never really like did anything until high school. It was just like for fun that I would sing at like, I don't know, like school events and stuff like that. But I took it seriously when I got to high school, and then obviously now.
Yeah. Took it to the next level.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you someone that was very much like musical theater or like acting growing up, like you didn't have interest in sports or you could care less about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I was not a sports girl
Okay.
at all.
Yeah. Did you know that right away?
Yeah.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you do any sports or no?
No, like not
Okay.
outside of like PE in school, like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
nothing like that. Yeah.
Okay. No, I always think that's fascinating. Like, I don't know. For me, I was so much sports that then like realizing like, oh, actually, I think I like acting. That was like, whoa,
Yeah.
it's so different. You
It's
know,
a big switch. Yeah.
but I don't know. I think it's like cool when people like, no, this is what I want to do. Like at such a young age, like they're like, I'll figure out what it is within this area of expertise, but like, this is what I want to do. And so I think I've always been kind of jealous of that because I feel like, not that I wasted time doing other activities or whatever, but I'm like, oh, I guess could have been taking lessons instead of traveling basketball, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. And, but okay, gotcha. So as some, like you went to that camp, was that like a big like push into like you came home, you're like, all right, mom, dad, this is what I want to do?
Well, actually, I hated it the first week I went
Really?
because I was just so shy. Like, growing
Okay.
up, I was very shy, especially like during that time when I moved.
Yep.
And so like being there and having to like audition and do all these things, I was like, oh, this is not for me. Like, I remember I didn't even audition for the show that summer because I was scared. And then
Gotcha.
they just like put me in the ensemble because they were like, you're here, like you
Yeah.
might as well do the
Yeah,
show. And then ever since then, like, I don't know what happened, something like changed. And I think also like meeting new people and like making
Yeah.
friends like completely changed my perspective.
Okay.
And I ended up loving it.
Yep.
But yeah.
Got you. And then did you continue to go back to that camp? or
Oh
were
yeah,
there-
that
were-
was like my theater like school like throughout all of middle
okay.
school and high school.
Got you. Did
Yeah.
you were there other like shows and stuff? Did you do community theater when you were younger or no?
Well, it's just that like I did a bunch of shows with them.
Okay.
Every summer they had a
Yeah.
show, and then like during the year they had like some professional shows, and then some like
Ah.
just for like the kids.
Yep.
But yeah, it was bilingual, so we would do like
Oh, that's
shows
so
like half in
cool.
English, half Spanish, or just Spanish, just English.
What was your favorite show that you did there then?
Spring Awakening.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's my favorite show. I mean,
Got you.
yeah.
Who were you in the first time you did it?
The first time I did it, I was 13. I was way too
That's
young
what I
to
was
be
curious.
doing that
I was
show.
like, hold up. Well, how does this work?
Yeah, I was like one of
Thank
the
you.
adults technically, but we were all kids. So
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
but yeah,
That's
and then
crazy. What? That's a crazy show to be doing with children.
it is, yeah, it's crazy. But the second time I did it with them,
And I fell in love with it.
well, yeah, but the second time I did it, I was a senior in high school,
Yep.
and I played Elsa,
Okay.
which is like my like
Yep.
dream role like ever.
Yep.
And then that's when I was like, okay, yeah, this is my show.
Got you. And what is it about Spring Awakening that like connects with you or?
I mean, it's the music. I love that genre of music. I mean,
Okay.
because it's musical theater, but it's also rock
Yep.
and more like pop rock type of vibe. And like the story itself is so like, it's so important to tell it like every time because it's
Okay.
like, in a way, it's the way that history repeats itself. And it's just like a reminder that, you know, kids are there and they're listening to everything that's going on. And you have to like, you know,
Yeah.
be mindful of what you say around people and stuff like that.
Yep.
And yeah, I just love the show.
Yeah. I think I get stuck in like golden age. Like we talked about it. Like I feel like all I know is golden age vibes, you know, whether that is in Oklahoma or like a meet me in St. Louis and like that kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But like contemporary is something that like I just don't think I've really dove into to experience. And we're in Jatsky's drama contemporary play or whatever. And so like we're reading all these like contemporary plays now and I'm like, all right, this seems a little abstract for me. And that's it. We're just like, maybe I'm missing the point on this one, you know?
Right.
And so I think I'm appreciative of it because it's like, oh, when a script comes to me though, I'll know how to break it down or I'll know what to look for because it's contemporary, because it's not something I'm common with.
Yeah.
Do you find that there's an area of musical or like for A1s, the guy I auditioned for, I got done with my song and he just was smiling at me looking, he's like, you're a good old American boy. And I'm like, no, you're right. Like that is probably who my type is. But is there something that is there like a area of musical theater that you're like, oh, I love this? Like,
I think contemporary, like I feel like maybe 90s on, those are like my favorite musicals usually.
okay.
I mean, I like Golden Age, but that's not, I feel like at least my personal like voice doesn't fit that
Gotcha.
genre that well.
Yep.
So I usually like the contemporary style.
When you say your voice doesn't fit, like why does it not fit?
I have a
Just
very
I'm
like
curious.
pop rock voice, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So like I'm just not used to singing like legit and like that type of stuff, which is
Gotcha.
beautiful.
Yep.
It's just not
Okay.
really
No,
for
that's
me.
what I was curious. Yeah. What other musicals are you like? Because I'm gonna go like write them down and be like, okay, I need to watch this one and watch this one.
Well, I mean, everything that Scat MT has done, those are all my favorites.
Yeah.
Next to Normal, West Side Story.
Yep.
Spring Awakening,
Okay.
Rent.
Yep.
Like those are all my favorites.
Got you. Okay, so high school, did you go to a normal public high school, private high school?
I went to a Catholic school.
Okay, got you. Yep.
Yeah.
And then graduating there, did you always want to come to SCAD? Was that
I was looking around. No, I was looking around at different schools because I wanted to do musical theater.
Yep.
That was like my thing.
Yep.
And SCAD didn't have a musical theater program at the time, so it wasn't really in my options.
Yeah.
But I think I applied to like 15 schools probably, and I ended up with like 4.
Yeah.
At after like the auditions happened, and SCAD was one of them. And when I came, I met Jay, and he like gave me the whole tour and like you know everything. And he kind of convinced me, like, honestly. And then he was like, this is the place for you. Like, you have to be here. And they have PE, which is like the singing group here that you're going to love, and the B Sharps and all of that. And so I think, he convinced me, and I came.
Yeah. We love Jay. Jay, if you ever watch this episode, we love you.
Yeah, we do love Jay. Come see West Side Story, Jay.
yeah. Come see West Side Story. Peace up. No. Okay, so you get to SCAD. Was it like a smooth transition? I think you said because you were from Miami, so you came to Savannah. Did you come to Savannah for SCAD, or did your family? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, how was that transition to college? Was that something pretty smooth?
Honestly, yeah, because I feel like for some reason a few people from my school were also coming to SCAD, so I knew a few people already. Like my roommate had gone to high school with me, so we were friends already.
Yep.
And then like I knew Nadia, like I didn't know her, but I knew of her, so like we immediately became friends, and Olivia too.
Yep.
And yeah, I feel like there's so many Miami people at SCAD, so it's so
Yeah, well, actually, that makes sense because I was talking to some people, and there was very much like, we're proud that we're from Miami. / everyone was saying they were from Miami.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I was the only guy from like Corn Palace, Wisconsin. But okay. So then, freshman year, did you was it a smooth transition in the sense of like auditioning wise, like?
Yeah.
Were you able to work your way into some rooms to benefit you in ways that way?
Yeah, for sure. I auditioned for PE my first week, and I got in.
Nice.
Which usually they would always tell me that's pretty rare. They don't usually take a lot of freshmen, but they took a few of us that year. And it was really fun. Obviously, like I feel like being without PE, my experience at SCAD would be completely different.
Interesting. Wait, how so?
Well, that's just like, I feel like, especially at the time, that was like the only way to do musical theater was to be in PE. So without it, there was like not a lot going on. Obviously that's not the case anymore, but yeah, it really like completely made my experience.
Wow.
And then that year I also auditioned for Pippin, the main stage, and I got in, and that was fun. It was a fun show. But yeah.
How is it being, okay, so like from the outside, right? If you've never been in a main stage with SCAD, it's a big deal. Like at least from the outside, and probably maybe if you've been in one or two, you kind of like lose the magic of it. But from the outside looking in, you're like, oh, that's so cool, great opportunity. Was that something for you that not lived up to everything you thought it was, but you were like, wow, that was like a great experience. Like I could take this with me into the real world because of the way they set up their main stages.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, the SCAD shows are like Broadway level shows. They're so good. Like, and especially with Pippin, we worked with Isaiah. I don't know if you've had him.
No.
But I mean, he was already like a working actor, and he was in the show with us, which was a crazy experience too. And well, every time, like we always have like the music director and the director, like they always have like a bunch of Broadway credits. So it's crazy to work with them.
So then that happens. Freshman year kind of wraps up. You go into sophomore year, or I guess what's the rest of your time kind of in the middle of SCAD? I feel like there's like a sophomore slump almost, because you're like, okay, that was like exciting first year. Yeah. And you come in and then you're like, okay, still trying to figure it out though, because I'm not a upperclassman, so I don't have that cachet maybe yet.
Sophomore year was the year everything changed. Like, I'm not kidding. Like halfway through, my friend Bella, she, just for fun, she wanted to do The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. And she got like a team together. She got a cast together, like everything. And we like rented Arnold Hall and we just did the show, like literally just for fun. We had no club. We had nothing. A bunch of professors came. And then I feel like ever since then, like they were like, okay, wait, like there's something here. Like, yeah, this has potential. And then that summer, I really badly wanted to do Spring Awakening, but I couldn't, going back to that, but I couldn't because I didn't have a club. And so I was like, okay, so how do I get around this? And I started the club. I was like, I found out that there was a musical theater club a few years ago that had like died for some reason. I guess everybody graduated and no one took over it. So I was like, okay, how do I bring this back? And so they told me, like, get a list of people that, you know, show their interest, that want to be in it. So I did that. I got like 30 signatures, I think it was. And I did the whole process, wrote the handbook, the rules, whatever, whatever that is. And then I put it together. And then first show that we did was Spring Awakening. And yeah, ever since then, it's just been going up from there.
And so have you acted in these MT shows or have you directed most of them?
I directed most of them. I did the first Cabaret. I was in it and I also directed it. Okay. And then Spring Awakening, both I was in it and I directed it. And then ever since then, I kind of just only directed the rest of them because it's a lot to be in it and also direct because you're doing a lot of things at once. But definitely, I mean, the main reason we did it was to give people opportunities because especially at the time, there weren't many. Now there are a lot, but...
Okay. That's interesting because, I mean, honestly, I saw, like, we'll get into this eventually, but West Side Story, as I was looking at, like, I thought, because they must not have released it or at least released it publicly what their main stage shows were going to be, right?
Right.
And so then the only shows I kind of saw were, like, clubs / just, like, mainly clubs. And so I saw West Side Story and I was like, oh, I would love to be in West Side Story. I was like, that's a show that I've always wanted to be in.
Yeah.
And so like, maybe I'd give it 1% of the reason why I chose SCAD. But I was like, I know that I have a chance to audition to be in this show, you know? But I think it's interesting because if you were to take MT away or, you know, even other clubs, like me as a student, as a grad, you don't get the ability to, you know, be in the environment long enough for professors to meet you or see your talent and stuff like that, kind of like real world. And then all of a sudden you graduate before they, like when they finally feel like when you finally feel like they've seen you perform and be like, oh, this is what he can do and this is how he could help me in this show. It's like, I'm gone. So it's like,
it's 2 years.
Damn, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I think seeing that, I was like, okay, there's tons of opportunities here that like, even if I can't make it into a main stage or whatever that is, I might be able to work my way into a club show, which would be an opportunity to showcase me for the professors to just be like, hey, this is what I can offer if this is if you would need this in any show that you were thinking of for the next year, you know? It's like, I know how thankful I am to have the club. Also, it's just a great way because I think the way SCAD kind of sets up, which is unfortunate, is it's very much like grads and undergrads. Yeah. There's really no intermingling. The only way to do that is if you're the only way to do that really is if you're, and I guess like you're not taking the same classes, right? Or it's like a different level of class, whatever they want to call it. But the only way to really meet is to like do shows together, you know? And so like, I know for me, I've been blessed to be in a Shakespeare, the Bards, you know, Macbeth. So it's like, I got to meet some of those castmates and then you'll see them in the hallway and be like, okay, I know you, like, and see what they're doing. And then especially being in West Side Story now, it's like, oh, like there's so many musical theater people that I've met, you know, whether that's like I get an opportunity to act with them now or like maybe in the future, because you never know what happens that way. But I wonder how many other people saw your club and like if that was a reason they decided they wanted to come. I mean, to SCAD, and we'll never know.
So that would be great.
But I think that's a kind of like a fair point to make, you know. But okay, so sophomore year you make the club, you're putting on all that kind of stuff. Junior year rolls around, so last year, what goes on junior year? Is there any big developments?
Yeah. Or junior year was crazy too. I mean, junior year was showcase year, like audition for showcase. And at the same time, I was also doing the Leslie Odom Jr. Cabaret. So
explain to me what that is, because I've heard that before, that he came here to put on a show. Yeah. And what was that?
It was a performance lab. So he came and he got a group of, I think it was like 11 of us. Okay. We had auditions the quarter before, and then he came and he would be here like every Wednesday of every week, and he would just like teach the class and put on the show, which was just insane because it's Leslie Odom Jr. It's crazy. But yeah, and then like, yeah, we just put the show together, and then he invited a bunch of people. You know, we had obviously the SCAD people come and like, you know, the visual media people, and everybody came. Paula Wallace was there. It was the whole thing. And then he left, but like we still like we have like his contact information so we can still like talk to him, and like he like always reaches out. Like when I went to New York, he was like, come see Hamilton when he was doing the run.
Yeah.
And he literally got all of us tickets to go see him.
That's crazy.
And like
wait, was that over winter break or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, because that would have been after I auditioned for West Side, so I probably would have like followed on Instagram or whatever. And then I saw that and I was like, dang, that's so cool to be in New York to see Hamilton. And okay, that's so cool when you get to hear the stories of how that happens, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's junior year. What was it like to work with him? You know, someone who has so recently been in it, you know?
Insane. I mean, literally everything he says is so like poetic. Like you're just like, how did you come up with that? Like it's genuinely crazy. But he's just so smart and such a kind like human. That just being in that room every day was like a privilege, genuinely like a gift to be there with him.
Was there something that he said that still sticks with you today?
Oh, there's so much.
And it doesn't have to be the one, but is there something that you could think of now that like as an audience is listening to this to like hear that wisdom?
I mean, I keep thinking like the one thing that he would keep saying over and over, you are enough. Like every time he would be like, you are enough. Like you don't have to, you know, be putting on anything. Like whatever you bring, that's all you need. Like it's you.
I smile because that's something I struggle with. Like, yeah. I think I forget that like if you're cast into something, it's there's a little bit of like, hey, we think you have like the great base for what we want, and we're gonna help mold you to get to what we want. But they want you, right? Like they want you as the version of this. And I think I forget that because in my brain I'm like, oh, okay, like they're giving me this opportunity to like transform myself into what they want,
right?
And this especially for film more than stage. 'Cause I think stage I'm maybe more comfortable in being like, okay, this is how I can keep myself in it, but also bring the character to life.
Yeah.
But film so much is like, oh, I gotta like put on this character, and then everyone's like, okay, you're doing too much. Like, and it's like, oh, that's right. I forget that you just like actually just want me to be me as the version of this character, you know, and I don't have to be so. But I had one audition where I came in because I didn't have a ton of lines for the audition. So I was like, okay, I got to like create this character, you know? And I'm like, I come in, do it. And then the casting person was like, she was like, no, be you. Like, don't. And I was like, oh.
Right.
Like,
it's like, wait.
Yeah, okay. But like, there's not a lot going on here, you know? And then like you would proceed to like take one or two more takes. And then it was like, yeah, that was great. And I was like, and then I leave and I'm like, I feel terrible. Like that was nothing. I didn't do anything. Like, you know, but I think, you are enough.
That's what it is. Yeah. Like everybody's there to see you, not to see like, I don't know, some made up version of yourself. Like,
yeah. I wonder if that's where like people didn't get caught up in like when they've been pretending to not be themselves or whatever that is, to be someone else, that there's like that lack of connection of,
for sure.
You know, I don't know how that works, but so you auditioned for Showcase. What was that experience like?
I had a blast, honestly, because I tried to take the pressure of it, because obviously like there's so much pressure that comes with it. So I tried to just have fun. I auditioned for both. I went in with 2 of my favorite songs. Okay. And then for the acting showcase, I did Scene in Spanish, because I was like, let me do something different. And I think it worked out for me in my favor. At least I got a callback. And then I did a monologue that I had been working on. Okay. But it was fun, honestly. Like I got to be in the room. I got to like work with the people that were like putting on the showcase. And yeah, I mean,
that's so cool. You said you came in with a lot of fun. I think that's like a big thing that we need to think about too. Like this industry is fun. Yeah. And I think we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves, especially when you're like, I have to pay bills, you know, and especially when you get out to the real world. But I think especially in college, like, you're here to learn, you know, as much as you are trying to be successful in whatever way that looks like in school, you also got to take your opportunities to learn, you know, and maybe you'll find a nugget somewhere that you're like, oh, I wouldn't have found this had I not done this, you know. But so for the musical theater showcase was something you got the opportunity to be cast in and a part of. Like they only take so many students too, so I think that's such a cool, amazing thing. Is there anything that you could tell us about that? As in, like, what was your experience being in?
It was so awesome. I mean, working with Jasper and Christian and Tiffany is just, I love them so much. Like, they're my people here. Okay. Yep. And so it was just a blast every time. Like the first quarter, we were just playing, literally bringing in songs that like, it was like a song that scares you or like your dream role or like stuff like that. It was literally just for fun to like get to know each other more, even though, I mean, we've been together for 4 years, so we know each other, but you know, it's still fun to play. And then winter quarter, it was more like, okay, like now we have to think about the showcase, like actually start finding like material. So again, we would get 3 songs per week to learn every week.
Like they would give them to you, or you?
They would give us 2 songs, and we would have to bring in our own third song, and sing it for them. And then they would be like, okay, I like this, I don't like this. Let's find something else. And then towards the end of it, we would already had a pretty good idea of our packet. And then the showcase happened last week, which was crazy. Like it all happened in one day. It's insane, but went really well. I mean, got to meet a lot of cool agents and people, and it was really fun.
That's so cool. So the opportunity to perform, is that 1 song, 2 songs, 3 songs, duets, you know, or what does that look like?
It's 2 songs. You can either do a solo, you can do a duet. Okay. We have some group numbers, obviously, like the girls had a number and the boys had a number.
Okay, that's cool. Did you do 2 solos then?
I did 2 solos, yeah.
And what were those pieces, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I did Moments in the Woods from Into the Woods. And Don't You Worry About a Thing by Tori Kelly. Well, it's the Stevie Wonder song, but I did the Tori Kelly version.
Okay, got you. Were those pieces that you brought in, or?
Actually, yeah, both of those were mine, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Was that were those pieces that you brought in like earlier in the year or later?
Moments in the Woods was one of the first ones I brought. I just like heard that song and I was like, this is my song. Like for some reason I was like clicking with that song.
Who sings that one
It's Baker's Wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, I couldn't remember. I thought it was a Baker, one of them.
But
I don't think I've actually seen the show. Wait, I should probably not say that, but
well,
I'm gonna go watch that actually right now. I'm gonna watch the pro shot, but
I'm dead.
I appreciate David not taking me when I said that.
I can't. But yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one I brought in like later on because I honestly couldn't find like a second song because Moments in the Woods is not the most like showy song vocally, so it was more like for acting purposes. So we were like, okay, we need to find a show that like I mean a song that really shows off my voice because that's also another thing that I wanted to obviously showcase. And so that one was like the best song to do that. It's like the hardest song I've ever done, I think.
I wonder if that's the one that I saw. I can't remember because I saw yours and Drake's.
Wait, how?
Not the performance, but whatever you had online.
Oh, that's a different song.
Thank you.
So that's our third song technically. Yeah.
Okay. So how many songs do you have to have for your packet or whatever you call it?
Well, the ones we did live are just 2, but then we recorded one winter quarter. That was like a different.
Got you.
That was for a reel technically.
It's funny because I think watching that, especially watching yours, I was like, oh, like that's that little bit of acting while singing that I just don't know. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like that's the skill. Like that's why you're a musical theater person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's like that's something I would need to learn to really go to that next level, and that I would have to look forward to. Or Jay, you want to work with me? No. But like I think it's unique because as I'm learning that for acting and as I'm getting more comfortable within there, or maybe it's just literally being in my own skin, it's like, okay, how do I take that then? Like I don't know, I guess how do you get to that next level? Or what was your way, or is that something that you're just like, I don't know, it's always been a part of me?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like just with taking classes, like I feel like at this point I've taken so many classes, like just like acting, musical theater. Like obviously I still have more to learn, but like I feel like at this point, like I've taken a lot. So it's like just in me at this point. It's like.
Okay. Yeah. So you do showcase, which means you're coming around the corner of your time here at SCAD. Yeah. First off, how does it make you feel?
Nervous. I'm nervous. Yeah. I mean, it's bittersweet. Like I'm happy to, finally be done and like start the next step. But I'm also like, it's sad that like it's almost over. Have to leave a few people here, but
yeah, it's interesting. I think my undergrad, I was ready to go when I went, but that's also because like so much happened with the program that like, and the program was like being shut down because the university was like under, like they had a bad financial person that like screwed the university over or something. And then first thing that goes is the arts, right? And so like by the time I was leaving, I was like, the love of art is like being taken away. It feels too much like business. Like you kind of forget why you enjoyed the arts. Right. And I think coming to a place like SCAD, it's so much of like, okay, what are we doing this weekend? Yeah. Like what are we creatively working together to build? And I think that's like such a blessing. And you don't realize that. which is like, I think coming here, I was like, maybe I don't know if I'd ever move to New York. I don't know if I'd ever go to a big city. But then like coming here, like, well, no, that's where I'd want to probably go, because that's where I would meet the people to go, you know, whether you get into a show or a touring show, whatever, it's like, that's awesome. But also like to build your own thing,
right?
To like find those people that are willing to work with you and make those projects happen, you know, that you're not going to get if you live in Ripon, Wisconsin, even though we love you. But
yeah, but that's also where most people go. I feel like, like you kind of have to, even if it's for a year, like you have to try it and, you know, see how it goes.
Yeah. I don't know. So that's your plan, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And when you get to New York, what's the first thing you're going to do when you hop off that plane?
I gotta find an apartment.
I gotta get an Uber first.
Right.
If you go to JFK, I know how to do that now.
Oh.
It was really complicated.
You always have to go to LaGuardia. It's so much easier.
Thanks. Yeah. I talked about that on the last episode, my nightmare of JFK. But honestly, it's because they were under construction, so they had to move everything.
Okay.
And I got there late, so everything was dark, so I couldn't see. I'm also a small town guy, so like.
Was that your first time in New York?
No, but it was my first time flying in.
Okay.
So, and also like my family, we didn't fly a lot growing up. Like we were very much a car family, road trips. And so I think like recently, like I've had a lot of great opportunities, very thankful to be able to fly.
Yeah.
But I think that's just something you're like not used to.
Yeah.
And just like moving around airports and security and TSA, like not knowing. And then like, of course, the government has all those shutdowns. So then you're like getting to the airport like 4 hours early to then like somehow you timed out when there's really no lines. Now you're just there for 3 hours for no reason. No.
Every time I go, I'm like just sitting there like, right.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So you're going to do New York. Is your goal to just audition kind of vibes?
Yeah. I mean, I've applied to a bunch of internships. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I plan to be auditioning.
I know we know you as an actress, but there's also a little bit of a directing side to you that I think started coming onto the scene here at SCAD, you know, with MT. How did you know you wanted to act? Or was it just that like, hey, I have to direct this show in order to put it on, otherwise it's never going to happen? Or
that was kind of it. Because I mean, we know the type of shows that SCAD does, which are great, but that's just not personally my favorite type of shows. So I was like, if I want to do like the Spring Awakening, the Next to Normal type of shows, like I gotta be the one to put them on, because if not, they're not gonna happen. And I've talked to so many professors that are always like, yes, like please put on those shows because they're so important and they're so like, you know, the SCAD just won't do them, so you have to. And so yeah, it's a big part of that. It's like, okay, if I want to do something, I have to do it myself and not wait around for somebody else to do it.
Got you. Do you have a specific directing style that you like to use?
I usually like to just start basic, give everybody like a basic outline of like, okay, I want you here, hit this mark, get to this spot, and then kind of let people do their own thing and, you know, build their characters and kind of make their own choices. And then once that's done, then I can be like, okay, maybe let's change this, or let's like adjust this. And like, then I give my input a bit more, which I'm sure you know by now. But I don't like to really like jump in there until like later on, because I'd rather the actors do the work themselves and then I can get in. But yeah, I mean, that's been working for me so far, so I'm gonna keep trying that. Hopefully.
Do you direct the way that you like to be directed?
Interesting question. Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
You like that kind of freedom until we got to get real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what my take is. Because I think okay, so I had this one director in undergrad, and he was really good. And it was very much, and we did a play, so it's very different than a musical. But I think my experiences in undergrad up until that point was very like kind of like, hey, we trust you, so we're not going to really mess with you. We're going to work on everyone else, which I think is like obviously that's a compliment. But at the same time, you're like, okay, well, I'm not getting any help then to get me better. But he was very much, okay, this is like the scene, or this is the page numbers that we're working on today. And we're going to run this a million times, and we're going to keep messing around and figuring out like what's funny together kind of thing. And he obviously had his idea, but he would let us play in the space. And if his idea he felt was not as good as ours, he'd let us have it. Or he'd be like, you know, what if you tried something
Right.
like this? Like, I haven't contemplated this for the last 2 weeks before that we did, kind of thing.
Right.
And, but I thought that process was really fun because also I just feel like we never were prepared. Like, it felt like we were always getting off book the week before a show. Like, I just felt like in my undergrad, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But his show was the first show where it's like, oh, we were technically off book. We could run the show for an audience, like, felt like 2 weeks before, or like 3 weeks. And it's like, to us, that was crazy because we ran semesters. So we do kind of two shows a semester. So you'd have like a month and a week, kind of like, you'd have like 5 weeks to put on the show.
Yeah.
And like for us, it was like, that's crazy. Like, we're ready to go already, and we have like 2 weeks left.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just us to run the show and get it better,
Yeah.
And I think his style I really liked because it was so like you knew what you were getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what we're doing today. Boom, here you go.
Yeah.
Compared to the more lax, like I think I like the lax because I think I've found this. I love being in a creative space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love being able to like share my opinions, but also hear other opinions.
Yeah.
I think that's so important to be able to have that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've been also in shows where the director is very much like, do this. Like, I want you to kiss her on this line. I want you to like look into her eyes. It's like, okay, but you kind of take away like what the actor is going to have to build to get to that moment, in my opinion. And then as an actor, you just have to figure it out and how to do that. But yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, I think also like I got used to like doing shows in a really quick like time frame because I mean Spring Awakening and Next to Normal were both in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to rush a little bit, but I mean the first time we did it was definitely hard doing like the 4 week thing. By Next to Normal, I already had gotten the hang of it, so I knew what I needed to do. Especially now with West Side Story, we have 6 weeks, so that's plenty of time.
Well, there's a lot of characters compared to the other two.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah. Like I was working with like 12 people compared to like 30. Definitely not the same.
It's easy to move them where you need them, like a chessboard. No.
Right. Well, also this is a big like dance heavy show, so it's definitely not the same. So
yeah, I was talking to someone. I was like, bro, I feel like we've been just like dancing, and I think it was like that moment where it's like I haven't like really danced in a minute. Like I can't remember. I don't even think if there was an undergrad show that I did that like required me to do like a ton of dancing. Because even in Grease, we did the original Grease, and I was Danny, and there was like the dance gym scene, and it was like that was kind of the only big dance. There was a couple, but like I guess maybe they weren't complicated. Whereas like West Side Story is so ingrained into the culture of musical theater that like there is a right and wrong way to do it in that way, and luckily for us, Damien, who's our choreographer, just kills it.
He's awesome
and whatnot. But what was your decision in choosing West Side Story as?
Well, just in terms of SCAD, like we don't really have a lot of shows that usually showcase like the Hispanic community, so that was my main reason.
Okay.
But also just like in terms of everything that's going on in the world right now, I think this is the perfect time to do West Side Story. I mean, I won't go too much into detail, but I think we know what's going on. But yeah, I just think this is a really important show, and I don't think yes, it has its fun moments and it has its like playful and like and everything's like a little game, but then it's also like okay, it gets serious and it's about like real issues and real topics like that people deal with every day. I mean, we had that conversation the other day about how so many families like go through this like on the daily. I mean, my family didn't go through it to that extent, but I mean, I'm an immigrant myself, and like my entire family immigrated here, so I definitely understand like the shark side of the story at least.
Interesting. I know when we had our conversation, it was interesting. It was like one of those where it's like I'm playing a Jet, obviously because I'm white, right? And so it's like trying to figure out a way to be like we have a lot of young actors in the show, which is awesome. And it's like such a great opportunity to have you guys in the show to learn and all that stuff. And like I know if I was young actor, like I would just look at what's at the page, and that's what's going to tell me what to do. And I think what you slowly learn is like, oh no, you have to do the research of like, what is that time period? Like, is this actually what is making you mad, or is there something underneath it that's the real cause, and this is your way that you're like reacting or acting out, And so through that discussion, it was interesting to hear everyone's perspective on what that show means to them or how they've been able to create their characters. And like I've thought about it, but like in hearing everyone, I'm like, true, like what is that second layer almost to what this whole thing? And for me, like as being Riff, it's like what would make me want to hate this group? It's
Right.
like not only is it there a race, divide, but it's like how would you feel like if you're the chosen race at this time period in the 1950s, but yet you don't get to benefit from that and they keep you down.
Yeah.
And you're not, even though you are one of them, you're not, right? Kind of like when you think of immigrants, like when you think of like the Irish immigrants or stuff that came over, it's like, no, you're not like us. You're not American, so we don't want you. And it's like,
right.
then what can I do? And I think it's just like there's so many layers to West Side Story, which is what makes it so beautiful, and it can connect to so many people that it's like such a great honor to be a part of the show. And like I'm so happy that you cast me in it and whatnot. But David's also in the show. He's action.
Yes.
He gets ready to cha-cha-cha,
Every time.
It's been great. It's been great. I'm so excited, Augustina. You're the best.
Yes.
You're the best. It's been such a fun process.
No, I'm so happy. Like, I remember, so I can tell you all this because I'm already cast, but, and we're only a week away, so hopefully I wouldn't get fired. No, but no, like in the audition process, it was so much of like this is something I think this was like the first thing here at SCAD that I really wanted. So it's like you really put your time into like memorize the scene, the songs, like all that kind of stuff. And I remember doing the audition, getting like the callback, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it's funny because I always saw myself just like in who I am as a Tony. And so it was
I was wondering if you were going for Riff or Tony.
And it's in because like was it a part of the, I don't know if it was a part of the audition. Yeah. I think for me, it was more of like, okay, what best showcased me as a talent that like, and so it's more of like, here's me as a talent, where could you see me?
Right.
And I think my monologue, I don't know if we had to do a monologue, but I think my monologue, something happened where as I got the call back, I was a call back for Riff, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't have seen that. But okay, like, cool, I'm excited for the opportunity. And then I went back, and I was like, what would have been the reason that I got called back for that, And I looked back at my monologue, because my song was like, oh, no, that's like pretty normal. I looked back at my monologue, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of like, I kind of did it in a way that was like, not angry, but like, you could tell there was internal frustration or in the way that I was saying it. I was like, wait, that kind of seemed like Riff, in that way for like casting purposes. You're like, you would see that and you'd be like, oh, that's not Tony. Like just clearly, and so
did I call you back for Tony or no?
No. And so,
I was like, wait, I don't even remember.
No. No. And so then it was like, which honestly I think was like a blessing, because then I just really was like, all right, if this is my opportunity, let's lock in. So it was like every night memorizing lines or music, and like, or like calling my mom and be like, all right, we're running through the scene again,
Yeah.
It's brilliant. No. And so like, so then like when I think that was like the first audition here that I just felt so good about, of being like, okay, I felt like I left it all out there, and then now it's up to them to decide what best fits, like who works with who,
Right. No, I remember both of your auditions like very clearly. Like you did Little Mermaid.
Wait, hold up, like Under the Sea, or what are we talking about?
We did not have to bring that
It was
up.
good though. It was so good.
Wait.
He sang Part of Your World from Little Mermaid.
Hold up, can you hit us with a little bit of it?
I want to be where the people are.
No, but it was so good. Like, because genuinely, I was like, who is this boy that's singing Little Mermaid right now? I was like, what's going on? But it was so good, though. It was really good. And then you did a Golden Age.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did Oklahoma or you did some Golden Age song.
Did. The only two songs I got are Oklahoma and Luck Be Lady. So it's one of the two.
I remember it was Golden Age. And again, I was like, where did this guy come from? I was like, who is this?
Hey, David. David. She called me a guy. You were a little boy. So I want you to know that.
No. Well, I knew you already, sort of. True. But yeah. And I also was like in desperate need of guys, because the show relies mainly on men. So it was a big thing when I saw you guys, and I was like, okay, I have somebody like finally, and they're both good and they're both talented. So I was really excited to work with both of you. But yeah.
But I remember I talked to Trevor, who was Tony for us, and I was like, or we were in the hallway, and I could see he was trying to like read his lines or whatever. I was like, I'm assuming you're called back for your Tony or whatever. He's like, yeah. I was like, do you want to run through the scene quick? Like, you might as well. We don't know who we're gonna do it with, but And so he was like, yeah, sure. And I think we got like halfway through it or whatever, and which I think was very kind of helpful, because it was kind of a cheat, because then we both ironically got called back together. And it was like, well, we kind of already ran through half of it. So like, we kind of know how we, like, at least for me, I knew how he was going to interpret Tony in that scene, in that moment, without really being worked with at all. And I think that helped me because in his audition, he turned away a lot. And I was like, okay, I need to let that make me mad.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, but I think because we had that dialogue beforehand, I felt comfortable enough to be like, put a hand on him kind of thing. You know, where it's like, if you didn't talk to him.
Right. And
way,
it definitely made a difference. I remember that callback. Like, you guys already felt like friends. Like, and I could tell that, like, you had at least run it once before you went in the room. Like, I know it, but it might seem like nothing, but it makes a difference. Like, and that's like what really sold it for me.
Interesting. As a director and someone who then deals with casting, what do you look for in actors who are auditioning?
I think just a sense of like playfulness and like if you're making choices or not. Like if you come in already with an idea and like what you want to do with the scene, or if you're like kind of waiting for me to give you what to do, I think that's my main thing. Which sure, I can tell you like what I want you to do, but I would rather it come from you. And if you have like a clear understanding of the character too, and like obviously like physical appearance is another thing, just especially with West Side Story, because that's a very specific show. But yeah, just in general, like, do you know the show? Do you know like what's happening in the scene, like stuff like that? And are you confident in your choices? I think that's my thing.
I think I feel so blessed to be in this show and have the role I have, because I think in grad school, it's so heavy on acting. Like, it's so much like you're just learning so much, but you don't necessarily get the opportunity to like, okay, I just learned this in class. Like, I'm going to go to this space to like see if it works in the real world. And I think this character has allowed me through like my first year to be like, okay, I've learned all this stuff my first year. What kind of worked for me? Yeah. You know? And so I'm so thankful to like have that opportunity, because I've noticed that there's things that like, oh, like that doesn't work for me. Like this, to get to where I need to be for this character, like it doesn't work for me. I need to do the history of what that time period is / like what would I be if this was my situation, you know? Right. To like really understand what that character is. Where I think in the past I would have been one of those that just like looked at the script and been like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, and let's go make choices and wait for a director to be like, hey, I want you to do it this way. Right. No, so I'm very thankful to have that opportunity. I'm so excited because it's this coming weekend, because we're filming this Saturday, so it'll come out Tuesday. But I don't know, how you feeling about it?
I'm really excited. I mean, I think we got a really good show going on. Like,
I'm excited. Well, we gotta talk about this. Well, as much as we can't talk about this, our location, we struggled. Oh my God. Forever to
Don't
get a
remind
location.
me.
Like, I'm happy with the space we have, though. I think it works really well.
Yeah, and I have some ideas to make it work even better. So,
but there was a moment there where I was kind of like, it's gonna be like we're gonna be at Forsyth Park or something like that if we're gonna have to.
Hey, and we would have made it work. We would have made it work.
I was like, we should do Scat Beach. Honestly, me personally,
I thought about it.
I'm not gonna lie. It could be kind of fun, but a lot of sand everywhere.
Yeah, that would have been rough. Dancing in the sand would have been very rough. So.
Yeah, I wonder how much sand we would get in our eyes.
Yeah, that would just be tragic. Like, yeah.
We come off stage at the end, all of our eyes are red from like itching the sand out of it, you know. Sorry, my eyes are watering just thinking about it.
No.
Okay, so we kind of touched about it. You graduate this year. You're going to New York. You're going to be auditioning. Your family came with you to Savannah. Are they planning on coming with you to New York?
No, they're going to stay here.
So is this
if it were up to my mom, she would. But
okay. Is this your first time that you're going to be not alone, but like far from what home is?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about that?
I mean, again, it's ready? Like, no, I'm definitely going to miss them. Like, I love being like in the same city as them. Yep. But it definitely helps that I'm going to be living with two of my closest friends. So at least I won't be like completely alone.
Are these friends that have already lived in New York? Or
one of them lives there right now. And then the other one is graduating with me. So we're both going together. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. I'm so excited. I think the fun part about this show is that you get to like talk to people and like figure out what their next step. Like like this is like one of those where you like put something in a bottle and you freeze frame and then you can come back to it and be like, okay, what was I thinking at this time? You know what I mean? You'll be like, yikes. Or you'll be like, yeah, we were on to that from day one. You know, it's like one of those two things. But if there was something that you could tell your future self, what would it be?
About like
you could do acting, or you could be like just life, something that you're like, I don't want to forget this. Like this in this moment means a lot to me that I think could.
I think just like trust yourself. Like like you're on the right path. I think for a long time I was like, am I really doing what I need to be doing or what I should be doing? And I think I am. Like I think this is what I was meant to do and what I should be doing with my life. So yeah, just trust that you're going down the right path.
Yeah. As a director, I know we talked for a moment with each other, like you've been actress and now you've had this little like step in the water in directing. Is that something that you could see yourself doing in the future?
100%. Yeah.
And do you have interest in continuing education with that?
Yeah,
or?
I'm thinking of going to grad school for directing. Okay. Yeah, I'm debating if I want to do it like right away or if I want to take some time, but I definitely will.
That's cool. I don't know. I see you as a director, and maybe that's just because I haven't acted with you that way too. But like, I wonder what a grad school would do for you. Like, I think it's like one of those where it's like, oh, boom, yeah, I get it now. Like that was like something I struggled with, but now I understand how to do that. And I'm be curious to like work with you again in the future once you did that. To be
which
like,
will happen.
Let's go. But it's just like to like, I don't know. I think that's like the cool thing again, and I keep saying that. Never mind. Let's make a West Side Story joke, but it's not.
Wait, now I want to hear it.
Well, this song cool, and then I'm gonna be like cool action, but it wasn't that funny.
It's okay.
And now I feel bad, and you made me say it, and now it looks dumb. So, no, just kidding. But I was just gonna say, like, to like see where people are now, and then like in 4 or 5 years, you know, if you decide to go to grad school, and then in that time frame, like, how does that change you? Because like I can see how grad school's already changed me 100%, and I've had people in our cohort be like, wow, you've changed a lot in a way of like you're just so much more confident, or just like the way that you prepare and get ready. And it's like, I totally feel that, you know, and I talk to my parents and they're like, wow, like every time you call us, like something crazy has happened. Like, in like, but it's like, but also it's like so much has happened that you almost don't have time to like process it, which is like, I look forward to the summer to be like
a nice break.
But wow, that did happen.
Yeah.
You know, which I think I said before the show even started, I'm like, 2026 feels like we're in November and we're not halfway. But.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Are there any projects that you're, other than West Side, that you have going on or looking forward to, or?
West Side is my last one because this quarter I had Showcase, West Side, and the St. James show, the PE show. Okay. But everything else already happened, so West Side is the last thing.
How did that St. James PE show go for you?
It went really
I wasn't
well.
able to make it. I forget. Oh, was that? I wasn't able to
That was
come.
week 2. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gone. That's when I was in New York. Yeah. Okay.
It went really good. I mean, that's the first like PE show that we've ever had, and I mean, at least in my 4 years here, like, we've always fought to have a show like that, and for whatever reason, it never happened until now. Yeah. And I'm so thankful because everybody that came to see it, they were all like, "Oh my God, like this is awesome! Like you guys like are really talented. Like you should be doing more stuff like this," which is what we've been trying to do this whole time. So I'm really glad that like at least for the people that are gonna be here next year, like that they'll get to do something like that again. Yeah.
Was that's more student? That show was more student led.
Yeah, right? I mean Jasper's like overall in charge of it, but most of the students like directed it or choreographed or each of the numbers in the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a cool. I'm sad that I missed it. I think also too, it's like a lot of people that I had met this quarter then were in that show. Yeah. And so it's like maybe like in the past I would have been like, oh, there's no reason to go to it, or like I wouldn't know anyone there kind of vibes. Right. But now it's like, oh, like I would have known these people, to share that experience with them, and whatnot. But yeah, well, I know we have to get off to rehearsal soon, so I thank you so much for slamming this in for us.
No, thanks for inviting me.
Was there any last things that you wanted to share with the world?
Come see West Side Story. It's gonna be freaking awesome.
Amen. All right, David, let's take camera 2. Thank you, everyone, for coming and watching. I always say coming. That makes no sense. Thanks for watching the Jordan Whitrock Show. If you made it this far, consider dropping a like, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Bye.